Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Demon Gamer here. Today we're going to be doing a review, or reaction rather, to the Slaanesh versus Nurgle trailer. This is going to be part 2. Let's get started.
After scouring the chaos wastes, spreading plague and affliction in his wake, Kugath arrives in the realm of Slaanesh, ready to extract his vengeance. Here, Nukari awaits in thinly veiled anticipation.
One thing I'm going to say is that for the environments, they look absolutely sick on both sides. In the previous video, we saw Nurgle's environment and area and just all the detail in it. And here, I love the lighting. I love the shadows. I think the maps are going to look excellent in this game. So that's one really good plus about these gameplay videos.
For fresh sensation and succulent war are aching to be experienced. For Nukari, nothing is more important than the taste of ecstasy in its purest form. As Slaanesh's greatest keeper of secrets, Nukari has broken empires and countless minds in his eternal quest for new depraved sensations. Though he harbors a particular hatred for the elven twins of Ulthuan, he puts aside his plans in order to teach the unclean hordes of Nurgle's minions a much-needed lesson on the beauty of pain.
Yeah, and the units also look very detailed as well. I definitely love how this character model looks, and I do love just the infantry themselves. So units look great.
His unending search of hedonistic perfection has led him to probe the legions of Nurgle. For perhaps, past their disgusting facade, they possess the ultimate sensation, of which Nukari is desperate to experience. On the slopes, marauders and demonettes hold back the coming surge. Seldom little can stand against the green tide of Nurgle's infection.
Yeah, it looks like I think the Slaanesh faction is about to cast a spell here, right? It looks like the Nukari unit. It looks like they're going to be more of a combined arms faction, and what I mean by that is not only are they going to have like air units and stuff like that, but they're going to have to capitalize on their spells. So it's going to be interesting to see how that turns out. I think this is going to be a good mid to high skill level faction, so maybe not for new players, but maybe for more experienced players. This Slaanesh faction is gonna be right at home for them.
So Nukari is delighted to try. He employs the lash of Slaanesh to thin the Nurgling hordes. One by one, Nukari's defenses fall, pushing he and his seducers into a corner. The Arch-Tempter does not accept his fate quietly and casts Witstealer Sword, turning himself into a one-demon army. He revels in anticipation of the blissful pain he is about to receive and bestow.
It'll be interesting to see, especially with the Nukari, that how much he can actually buff the units around him. Because I feel like that's going to be a big part of playing with this faction. It's going to be their buffs, how their monster units can buff the infantry around them. So it'll be pretty interesting to see that, and it'll also probably determine how powerful this faction is.
But a one-demon army cannot hope to stand against the strength of Nurgle's Garden, no matter how delightful the sensation. Slaanesh is no child to be outmaneuvered by bloated pox carriers, no fool to be punished for daring to desire. The Lord of Skulls bathes in blood, the Changer of Ways plays his games, and the Father spreads his little diseases. But the Prince of Pleasure, the Lord of Excess, is dedicated to the pursuit of earthly gratification.
Yeah, and as you can see, for Slaanesh, they're going to have a ton of area of effect damages, right? So that's definitely going to be something that if you're playing this faction online, you're going to have to watch out for. But I do like their wide array of spells and buffs that they can cast.
And what is more gratifying than victory? Excess is not mere flesh and gluttony. Excess is violence. Excess is unchained potential. Excess is perfection. A trap, and one Kugath willingly walked into. The seducers of Slaanesh keep their attacks coming, pressing the invaders in tighter and tighter. As devastating flankers, Slaanesh followers grow all the more eager and deadly when exploiting an enemy's exposed flanks.
Yeah, another thing that he pointed out just there, I don't know if everyone caught it, is just that Slaanesh is going to be better at flanking, right? And that's really how I thought this faction would play, which is more a hit-and-run faction, hammer and anvil faction, a faction that can really do damage on the flanks and the rear, and will probably get extra buffs when they flank other units. So that's pretty cool. And again, it just goes to show that what kind of skill level you're going to need to play this faction successfully. Whereas if you look at Nurgle, they're more of a use your brute force and use your numbers to win.
Demon faces demon in a mad carousal of disease and debauchery, culminating in a hysterical frenzy fanned by Nukari. To claim that ever-tantalizing victory, Nukari casts Slicing Shards. A mirror forms in the sky, reflecting the ugliness of Nurgle's followers back at themselves. It shatters into a myriad of deadly shards that lacerate and impale the demons below.
That spell was epic, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
An unfortunate outcome, Kugath admits as he slowly abandons the battle. Nukari may have his victory. Let him see if it was worth it in the coming days when Kugath's beautiful contagions begin to take hold.
If you look at Kugath real quick, you're going to see that behind him there's like a trail of like yellow sludge, right? I do wonder in game if that trail is going to be like basically a poisonous area that units can get killed in, right? So that you can kind of move Kugath through the lines. So I do wonder if that's going to be something that you can use to your advantage.
Though victorious, Nukari did not experience the ultimate sensation within Nurgle's hordes, and so his search continues.
Yeah, so another great gameplay trailer. It really does show off the strengths of both factions. I liked seeing the combat, and then it shows off how these two factions are different. So if you guys want more Warhammer 3 news, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.